Grace Healing. I am here today to bring a message to those who have been struggling in their relationships. I've been noticing a big theme um, going around where a lot of people are meeting some major resistance within their personal relationships and um, also within self. And earlier this week, Spirit had brought us a message for those that are struggling to come back to self love. And this is, if you haven't seen that video, go back and watch it because it is a good one. And this kind of plays off of that as well. So today, what they're telling us is, let's start off with the romance angels. So we have love yourself first. And this was the message that came out earlier this week. This is about understanding who you are, why you are the way you are, accepting that, and understanding that we are not perfect, but to honor where we are at this time, where we've been, how far we've come, how much you've transformed, and understanding yourself in such a way that it brings more passion in your life. Instead of looking for it outside of you, this is a burning desire to know I am worthy. I am lovable. And the more love that you give to yourself, the more love you have to give to others. And the way that you start to love on yourself in such a way that it's like an intimate connection where you can be with your own energy, where you can sit in stillness, where you can go out and live your life and still enjoy what life has to offer. Your happiness is not dependent on someone else or any material object. Your happiness comes from you. And so that brings chemistry, right? The more that we have this internal connection with ourself and with our spirit to say, I am all these things, like affirmations are so important right now. And there's someone in your life that you have a very strong connection with. And this could be multiple people, right? It doesn't just have to be strictly romantic relationships, but um, most of what I have been noticing are romantic relationships. So there's someone that you have a strong tie to, but probably due to insecurities and past traumas, a lot of the old wounds are resurfacing. And that's what Spirit brought to us earlier this week. It was talking about our emotional wounding and the scars that we place over them. And when we get triggered, it's like a scalpel reopening the wound all over again. And that's very much what I've been noticing. It's like you think you've healed these things, and then someone says something happens, and it's like that memory, that haunting is there all over again. So in order to rebalance the connection, at least with self, so that you can have a clear understanding of what this relationship is doing in your life. What is this relationship trying to teach you? How it's teaching you to come back to yourself and give yourself the respect that you deserve. the chemistry that you build with yourself is going to magnify the chemistry that you have with others. And so they're telling you, some of you really need to give your relationship a chance, because the relationship that you have with yourself is going to call in people who can either magnify that or people who are going to challenge it. And that's where discernment comes in. Discernment says, I know who I am, I know what I need, and I am not attached to anyone or anything. I allow what needs to be in my life, and I allow whatever needs to leave my life to go with loving arms. So then that brings us to the bountiful nature and donations, tithing, and charitable work. The more bountiful that you feel within your own energy, within your own space, your temple, if you want more love in your life, you need to give more love, whether that be to yourself or others. But the best way to get around yourself is to give to others. When you feel stagnant, when you feel like you're not receiving enough, give. And I think this is a good lesson for all of us. We can't make someone else accept our love, but we can give it freely without condition. We don't give love, and this is where I think a lot of our conditioning and our trauma is coming into play. We're not supposed to give love in the regard that we are going to get it in return. We give love because we feel it needs to be given. It pours out of us like a natural wave of emotion that says, let my love hold space. Love is a natural thing. And when we start putting conditions on it to say, I'm only going to give to you because you're giving to me, I'm only going to love you because I think you love me. And when that fear and that ego starts creating negative storylines, we have to challenge ourselves and remember the truth. And the things that we do for the people that we love is not based on condition because it's what we feel we must do, we feel obligated in some way, or if we don't do it, they're going to leave. That's not the reason we give. It's not the real reason. You have so much to offer to this world, and it's time to give it freely. Good morning, Michelle. Hi, Catherine. Oh, good. I'm so glad to hear that. So give joyfully. That's the one thing that really stands out to me, because listen, we're all struggling. We need more love. There's a lot of darkness going around right now, and there's a lot of deep work being done. And the one thing that we all know can heal with great strides is love. When things are done from the heart, not of the mind. And when we can give to ourselves freely, it's easier to give to others because we're replenishing our own cup. We're not waiting for someone else to do it for us. So the angels that are supporting us at this time are angel of meditation, angel of manifestation, and angel of travel. So if you are confused, if you are feeling lost or just not sure what to do with your current state, this is where meditation is going to be a big factor for you. It's time to get still with yourself. It's time to tune in. It's time to just take a breather and bring the energy back into you, okay? Because this is where your major manifestations are going to occur. And so we have the 8 showing up a lot in our reading today. And 8 can signify several things, but it does have to do with forward movement, communication, manifestation, divine connections, the ebb and flow of life. And it's time to get your energy back right. And you are the only one that can do it, tribe. Okay? You have to take responsibility and accountability for your own energy levels. And if you are feeling all over the place, if you're feeling stagnant, whatever it is, if you feel out of alignment, it is time for you to get back to your routine, get back to your practice, do what feels good for you, and remember to still the mind, because the mind and the ego have been playing tricks on us. And open communication is a major factor for all of us. Because I think, honestly, and it's been taught to me within the last few days, if I would just open my mouth and say what has been bothering me, we would have saved a lot of trouble. Okay? It wouldn't have had to go the way that it did and cause a lot of upset if I would have just opened my mouth and spoke honestly about what I was feeling fearful about. And allowing your partner to step up to the plate, give them the space to do so. Because I think a lot of trust towards our partner has been tested. And when we don't allow them to show up for us, we're saying, I don't trust you in your way. That was another thing that came up this week. But your energy levels are affecting your manifestations. So no matter what it is that you're trying to manifest, you need to be able to tune into self, raise your vibration, give yourself the love and respect that you deserve so that you can manifest the things that are meant to happen. Again, when we want something, we have to be on the vibrational frequency of what we're trying to manifest. So that's where the meditation comes in. Energy work needs to be done. So some of you may need to get moving. I'm not looking as the travel is, going out and actually physically traveling. I feel like this is more about making strides in the process that you are in. Some of you might need to take a trip, gain some distance in order to come to a clear understanding of what this relationship really means to you and pay attention to how you feel, right? Do you end up feeling relieved being away from them? Or do you end up feeling like, I am missing my other piece? I am missing a piece of my life. And that's going to tell you very quickly where that person stands. And just remember, happiness is our freaking birthright. We are meant to be happy. So chase your happiness, guys. Okay? So our advice today is the conscious connection. So we have 2 8s here on the board. And this has a healing process with it as well. So we'll be doing that at the end. So the conscious connection says there is a call for more intimacy in your immediate relationships. There is an opening for heart-to-heart communication that can salvage and restore a broken relationship or friendship. If you are willing to honor your differences and look to what unites you. Sometimes it is hard to bear the differences between one another. One person may be willing to live life in high definition, whilst another may prefer to live it more vicariously, until they have the confidence to step onto the center stage of their own life story. We are not here to judge each other, just to love and to be loved, to let go of those that cannot accept us as we open up to those who can. This oracle brings guidance for you to trust in the sanctity of the connections in your life. If you have asked to experience a more sacred connection with people who truly get you and want to play life with you, rather than at odds with or against you, then this oracle is confirmation that this manifestation is on its way to you now. It may or may not be obvious at first, but kindred spirits are going to enter your life to help you connect with your deeper feelings and creativity. They will give wings to your inspirational ideas and big dreams. If you have been asking for healing in your current friendships or other immediate relationships, know that this can happen through your willingness to express your true feelings and allow the situation to either fall apart or come together, according to the greater workings of life. Sometimes webs that have joined people together are broken, and that it is appropriate as people may outgrow what once held them together. Sometimes the ties that bind us together are so strong that they are able to withstand a great deal of pressure and still remain intact. The webs of connection between us will sever or sustain based on the higher wisdom of life itself. Either way, healing happens in the resolution of our feelings, and we are once again able to feel free, forgive, and be ready to move on to the next stage of relating, either with a person who has been in a connection with us for a time or with someone new. This oracle asks you to remain open to healing connections and to allow people to be close to you. Trust in the process that draws people in and out of your life. Resist nothing. Sorry, guys. Resist nothing and seek wisdom in all. With your hand on your heart, say out loud, I surrender all my relationships into unconditional love and ask that the truly nourishing, soul enriching, expansive, and nurturing relationships be healed and drawn closer to my heart. I ask that the draining, depleting, destructive, and toxic relationships be drawn out of my life through unconditional love, mercy, grace, and my own free will. So be it. Imagine that you can breathe golden light in through the front of your body and out through the back of your body. Repeat the process with a rich emerald green light. Don't worry if you can't feel or see the light, just intend to work with the light and relax. Finally, visualize, perceive, or see a beautiful beating heart with luminous green and gold parrot wings on either side of it. Imagine, perceive, or feel that there are many other beautiful beating hearts with parrot wings of different colors, and they are all flying around together. Enjoy the peacefulness of this vision, and in your own time, come back to the here and now. Feel the air on your skin. Notice the temperature of the room you are in and your feet on the floor. When you are ready, open your eyes and return to your day or evening. You have completed your healing process. So that's what I have for you today, guys, and I hope these messages resonate with you. If they do, make sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, drop me a comment, let me know how this resonates with you. And if you need to get in touch with me, you can do that through whispersofgrace1016@gmail.com. Until next time, my friends.